Every girl has a Barbie, and for American girls in the second half of the 20th century, the Barbie dolls invented by Mattel Toy Company was definitely the childhood of that generation. With just a few Barbie dolls, girls can play house all day long and have endless fun. This is probably similar to the fact that boys like Ultraman. Children project a strong sense of self onto their dolls. They rely on dolls to simulate and explore the world. Barbie dolls make all girls realize that they could be anything they want to be, and achieve whatever goals they want to achieve. So Barbie's world is a utopian world that carries girls' infinite fantasies. In this virtual Barbie country, this world is completely painted by pink and tender girlish colors. All women have only one name, Barbie. Classic model Barbie is a blonde white woman. She has perfect body proportions, good looks, wealth and career, drives a fancy car, attends luxury meetings and participates in various parties, lives an exquisite and perfect life as a celebrity every day. Other women in the world of Barbie are also enjoyed their lives and happy. Because this is a country where women are supreme, women hold all important positions. The president, the lawyer, the CEO, the pilot, Nobel Prize winners are all women. Are there no men? Of course, there are. Mattel also makes Barbie a male doll named Ken. They even have a promotional package, buy Barbie and get Ken for free. And for the sake of children's mental health, Ken is designed without the stick. This leads to the fact that in the Barbie paradise, Ken, as a male, does not even have the most basic masculinity. Therefore, the status of men in the Barbie world is not important. They can only be jealous every day and long for Barbie's favor. But Barbie never takes Ken seriously. Women continue to enjoy their perfect lives without worrying every day. Until one day at a party, Barbie suddenly thinks about death. Do you guys ever think about dying? All other Barbies are frightened, because in the land of Barbie, women with superior status never have negative emotions. They are immortal and always beautiful as flowers. Barbie suddenly realizes her abnormality and quickly changes the subject. But the weird things just begin. Barbie discovers she has bad breath, and her ability to fly begins to fail. Her feet, which were naturally designed to only wear high heels, become flat. She even develops wrinkle on her thighs, indicating that she is getting old. After discussing with other Barbies, everyone thinks they should ask the weird Barbie, because the weird Barbie was once as beautiful as a fairy. But because in the real world, the little human girl tortured her and drew on her face. The weird Barbie has become old and ugly since then. Barbie wouldn't believe, so she goes to find the weird Barbie. The weird Barbie concludes at a glance that the negative emotions generated by human girls were transmitted to Barbie. Barbie must leave Barbie world and go to the real world to help girls solve problems before she can regain her beauty back. But Barbie is scared, because when she was designed, she was just a silly and sweet Barbie who could do nothing but enjoy her life. Asking her to take adventures in the real world is impossible for her. The weird Barbie says if she doesn't go, she will have to bear the consequences. You will accelerate your aging until you die. It's up to you. Barbie has to embark on a cross-border journey, but she doesn't expect that Ken would be secretly hidden in the car. Barbie is scared, but it's actually nice to have somebody accompanying her. After days of traveling, the two finally arrives in California, the largest economic state in the United States. The first stop for the two is the beach. They even dresses into tights that attract others' attention. But soon Barbie feels something wrong. Men in the real world are very expressive, and even give a thumbs up when they see Ken. When looking at Barbie, they would send different looks. The provocative gaze makes Barbie feel uncomfortable. Then they meet a group of workers who even molests Barbie publicly. The Barbie can only awkwardly say that neither she nor Ken has the ability to reproduce. There's no point in teasing her. Suddenly, Barbie is slapped on the butt by a pervert. Barbie beats up the pervert and is arrested in the police station. The police station is also full of male police officers. Now, Barbie is a little disgusted with the real world. But Ken is excited. Compared with the female supremacy in Barbie world, here seems to be completely reversed. Now, Barbie just wants to find the girl quickly, solves her problem, and returns to her Barbie paradise. Barbie asks Ken to go around while she can focus on recalling the girl's memories. In Barbie's memory, she was bought by the girl's mother when the girl was in primary school to accompany the girl. But now, the girl has gone to middle school. After entering adolescence, the conflict between her and her mother becomes more serious. Recalling this, Barbie sheds sad tears. She suddenly realizes that in addition to happy times, the unpleasant emotions in life are also a part of it. It is because of the comparison with pain that happiness becomes more valuable. She continues to observe the people around her. Some people are chatting and laughing in pairs, while some people are depressed alone. It seems that a mixture of joy and sorrow is the normal state of life. There is only beauty in Barbie's world, but it seems to be a form of emptiness. At this moment, Barbie finds a silver-haired old woman sitting next to her. Her face is wrinkled, but her appearance is neat and tidy. She looks calm and collected, and expresses the beauty of confidence. Barbie sincerely praises her for being so beautiful. The old lady says, "I know." Then the two of them burst into laughter. Barbie learns from the old lady that beauty cannot be defined. Getting old is not scary. Getting out of shape is not scary either. What's really scary is that the heart is enslaved by appearance and loses the ability to recognize the beauty of confidence. Then Barbie goes to school to find the girl. She appears in front of the girl like superstar, meeting her own fans, indicating that she is Barbie in the flesh. But the girls are not surprised and think Barbie is a psycho. Because today's Barbie doll is not a spiritual symbol of women at all, but a sinner who has set feminism back 50 years. The overly bumpy figure of the classic Barbie represents the materialization of capitalism. It satisfies men's desires, which is a shame for objectifying women, and will also cause body anxiety to girls. So girls nowadays don't play with Barbie at all. Barbie thought she was a hero in helping girls to grow up. Somehow she becomes the opposite. She runs away from the girls in tears. Meanwhile, Ken is chilling with joy, because he is absolutely sure that this is a world dominated by men. By walking around, Ken sees the gym where men could sweat and show off their male hormones. In major office buildings, the business elites are all men, and women can only work as secretaries. The star poster on the street shows Stallone. All the presidents of this country have also been men. It turns out that the real world has been a patriarchal society for thousands of years, which gives Ken confidence. He believes that only men can hold important positions in the real world, just like women are in power in Barbie land. Ken applies for a job asking for an annual salary of $1 million, but they only hire master's degree or above. Then Ken applies for a doctor job again, still failed. In the end, he applies for a lifeguard, which does not require academic qualifications. But Ken can't even swim because the ocean in Barbie land is fake. Facing successive setbacks, Ken decides to return to Barbie world with several books of the patriarchy history. Meanwhile, Mattel Toys has learned that Barbie has come to the real world. The CEO is aware that this could lead to a serious PR crisis. If Barbie does something bad in the real world, the company's reputation will be ruined. So we must catch Barbie, seal her back into the box, and cut off the connection between Barbie paradise and the real world. Mattel then finds Barbie. Barbie feels like meeting her own parents. Thinking that Mattel Toys would be able to help her solve the malfunction, she comes to Mattel's conference room. The CEO immediately promises that as long as Barbie returns to the box, her life will return to the way it was before. But Barbie asks, why all Mattel's top executives are men? This is a company whose customers are all women. Do they understand girls, or are they controlling girls' aesthetics? Mattel's current CEO has not given a reasonable explanation for this. CEO tries to quibble that the founder of Mattel was a great woman. No matter men or women, they are all mother's children and other nonsense. The more Barbie hears, the more she feels wrong. From Barbie paradise to the real world, she already has some critical judgment. Realizing that there might be a trap, she excuses herself to go to the toilet and runs away quickly. At the door of the building, Barbie is picked up by the girl and her mother. The mother's name is Gloria, and actually, she is the one playing with Barbie, not her daughter. When she reach middle age, she have troubles with both career and family. There is no room for promotion anymore, and her daughter is seeking independence. Gloria feels very anxious. So she started playing with Barbie, which allowed herself to have endless fantasies, like aging Barbie, depressed Barbie, suicidal Barbie, and so on. Because Gloria is an employee of Mattel, but in this male-dominated environment, she can only be a little secretary. After a few sharp turns, they temporarily escapes from Mattel. But always hiding is not an option, so at Barbie's suggestion, they decides to return to Barbie's world together. After days of trekking over mountains and ridges, they finally arrive. But finding that an upside-down change has taken place, the men puffs out their chests and become arrogant. All women have become those humble servants, all circling around men. The president becomes a beer girl. All the doctors and lawyers have changed careers and become waiters or massage girls. All the women are servicing men. Even Barbie's big house is occupied by Ken. It turns out that Ken relies on the patriarchal ideas he brought back from the real world to transform Barbie's paradise into Ken's kingdom. In the patriarchal society, Women have all become the vassals of men, only suitable for some unskilled service jobs. Why are the men and women in Barbie's world so easily brainwashed? Needless to say, men have been oppressed for so long. Women, on the other hand, have lived a good life for too long, like flowers in a greenhouse. Gloria describes it very well. The invasion of Barbies by patriarchal ideas is like the Spanish conquering Native Americans with smallpox virus in the 16th century. The Aborigines are defenseless. Barbie finds it hard to accept the situation. She even blames Gloria. Barbie thinks it was Gloria's random drawing on dolls that led to her current tragedy. She never wanted to change anything, she just wants to maintain her previous exquisite life for the rest of her life. But now, it seems impossible. She is neither a lawyer nor an executive, she is just a fool without the ability to change her life, so she might as well just lie down, hoping that one day some Barbie will wake up and save the said world. Barbie's self-denial reminds Gloria of herself. She is not outstanding enough in reality. A very ordinary mom, not good at words. A full-time woman, tepid with low salary. And women are required to do more than that in real life.
We have to always be extraordinary, but somehow we're always doing it wrong. Like, you have to be thin, but not too thin. And you can never say you want to be thin. You have to say you want to be healthy, but also you have to be thin. You have to have money, but you can't ask for money because that's crass. You have to be a boss, but you can't be mean. You have to lead, but you can't squash other people's ideas. You're supposed to love being a mother, but don't talk about your kids all the damn time. You have to be a career woman, but also always be looking out for other people.
Gloria can't even finish these requirements in 3 days. Anyway, women must be perfect. Can't grow old. Can't be selfish. Can't show off. Can't be depressed. The above contradictory requirements are basically mental control in a patriarchal society. Then Gloria encourages Barbie not to doubt herself. You have a good figure and a kind heart. You are one of a kind. Don't be defined by others. You can't be perfect in everything. The same goes for other Barbies. Each one has unique highlights. Women should not be the vassals of men and do not need to please them. Through this cognitive education, Barbies spread the words out. All women suddenly wakes up from the dream and sees themselves. But tomorrow is the referendum day. Barbies must come to dismantle male dominance before this happens, otherwise Barbie's world will become Ken's kingdom. The biggest characteristic of Ken now is his machismo. The men turned around and became the masters, and they are so arrogant that Barbies prepares to attack in that direction. Every Barbie finds a Ken as a target, praises him for his masculinity, gives him self-values, and makes him dependent to the woman. When he is stuck in it and couldn't extricate himself, then suddenly denies his value, and immediately falls into the arms of other men, and makes them lose their minds. In order to defend their dignity, men would fight each other. As expected, all the Kens are fooled. They see their love rivals as enemies. Because Ken is busy waging war and missing the referendum, Barbies restores Barbie paradise. Ken's collapse instantly and bursts into tears. With Barbie's constant comfort, Ken gradually accepts the reality. He talks about his true feeling. In fact, it was not his original intention to establish a patriarchal society. He has been Barbie's gift boyfriend since the day he was born. All he wants his whole life is a little attention from Barbie. Barbie dismisses his idea and asks Ken to try to think. If you weren't Barbie's boyfriend, if you don't have to rob a house, and you don't have to be a manly muscular man. After abandoning these concerns, who are you and who do you want to be? Maybe it's the standards of society that make you who you are, but they're not really who you are. Don't let the general environment define who we should be, but ask ourselves what kind of life we really want to live. After listening to Barbie, Ken feels enlightened. He immediately throws away those clothes. That shows muscular strength. The rest of Kens also become awakened and put down their hostility. The society has always taught women to stay in shape. Be interesting but not greasy. Be sexy but not slutty. Love having children. Serve your husband with all your heart. It's also the same for men. If you don't exercise, you're not man enough. If you don't make money, you don't deserve love. Both men and women are defined by society as products and live a restricted life. President Barbie is relieved that both Ken and Barbie are able to understand each other. She promises the men that she would open the ascending channel to everyone in the days to come. Men can also have the same rights and social status as women through hard work. Neither men nor women should be oppressed. Meanwhile, Mattel CEO also shows up. He's very satisfied with the ending and decides to close the channel between the real world and Barbie paradise. But there is a problem. Barbie doesn't know where she belongs. She can't seem to find her destination. Just when she's confused, Barbie's creator, Ruth, appears. She tells Barbie that it's her goal to let every girl live a life without constraints. Barbie's current contradiction is that she neither wants to stay in the false Barbie paradise, nor is she sure whether she can adapt to life in the real world. What's more, can Ruth allow her to become a human? Ruth smiles. You don't need my permission at all. You created me. Why don't you want to control me? Rush says, because you are like my daughter. I can guide for her, but I won't control her. So that when our daughter looks back, she can see how far she has come on her own. After hearing these words, Barbie steps into the real world and changes into a refreshing business suit. Gloria's whole family cheers her on. Barbie also works up the courage to see a gynecologist, because she also wants to have her own child. This movie talks about the problems caused by inequality between men and women. Men and women compete with each other for greater power. Excessive power of either party will lead to the escalation of conflicts. Through the human history, men and women are not enemies of each other. We all work together for our bright future. Because in the end, whether in Barbie world or in the real world, pride and prejudice are indeed our common enemies. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.